Okay,
Where
so
were we?
well, what we were saying was, I had asked if you've dieting. Have you done a couple of diets before?
You know what? I'm not a big. I've done some of the detox juicing type fasts and that type of thing. Like Dr. Andrew Wheel's 8 weeks to optimum health. That type of thing I've done on occasion, but I've never done like an Atkins diet. That has never really been something that, I am what I am, and I'm all about just being healthy as opposed to trying to be restrictive and just, I just try to be better with it all the time. And those are the types of programs that once in a while I'll try to play around with.
Sure. So you're just kind of tuning up, not going to a packaged program and buying microwave meals.
No. I've never done any of that.
I'm glad.
So something in the back of my head said that's just not the right way to go about it. So.
And something in the back of your head was dead on. So that's a good. I'm glad to hear that. Soda pop. It doesn't look like much of a thing.
No, not once on occasion, maybe a nice cold soda once, but very rarely. And we're not big soda. John, he likes to start his day with a nicey cold Mountain Dew, but
oh my,
yeah.
Good thing John's not here.
So if we can change that, that would be good. But Maddie doesn't drink a lot of soda either, so.
Okay, good. You do drink coffee?
Yes, I do have a cup or two in the morning.
Okay, and do you drink that black?
With cinnamon. Just black with
yummy.
cinnamon. So.
Very good, very good. And is your coffee? Do you buy organic, fair trade? Is there something?
Yeah, both.
Okay.
I even have some Starbucks in there.
Oh my.
So I know.
That's all right.
Like I said, not perfect.
Exactly. And how are you feeling about your coffee habit? Is it okay with you? Do you want to jettison it?
It's just something I do. I don't really think too much about it. And then when I've done the juice fast or the detox thing, then I start my day off with tea, and it doesn't bother me to not have a cup. It's not like I can't function in a day by not having a cup of coffee. So
it doesn't feel like an addiction.
it's more, no, I just think it's just kind of a habit maybe, and that's just what I'm used to starting the day with. But it is, if I don't have it,
you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, good. And not everybody's like that, and that's why I asked that question. And sometimes I'll find that people do have a habit, a caffeine habit that they want to shake, and that's why I'm asking those questions. Sweets, you like sweets?
Sweets? I like a chocolate-covered nut, or sometimes when you have a meal, I like to have a little sweetness at the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But that doesn't, it's not like you're eating a candy bar every...
No.
Okay. Alcohol?
I like to have a cocktail with dinner.
Okay. And what would that normally be?
That would be probably like a vodka cranberry with some club soda, or a little lime juice with a vodka and club soda.
Sure.
A glass of wine.
I was going to ask,
a glass of wine.
Okay, good. And there are organic wines that are actually quite good nowadays.
And you haven't really experimented with any of those. So.
They're very good, and they didn't used to be. It used to be that they were kind of the inferior thing, but now there's organic, biodynamic, all kinds of wonderful wines, vegan wines, and that's a whole other topic we can talk about sometime. Looks like you drink quite a bit of water.
I do. Drink a lot of water in a day.
If the goal is half of your body weight in ounces, do you think you're achieving that? So in other words, if you weigh 100 pounds, that would be 50 ounces?
I'm probably close, maybe a little bit under. But yeah, I drink quite a bit of water throughout the day. I'm pretty close, but I don't know that I'm quite there.
Sure. And one way of determining that, I'll just kind of throw this in. We'll talk at the end about what some suggestions I have for you, but one of them might be to measure your water. And I know that because we talked about this one other time when we visited, you use ball jars, those mason jars. Yep. What I do with my water is my body weight requires that I drink approximately 2 of those in a day.
Okay.
And so I fill those up with water when the day begins, and then I know where I am on my goal. And in some cases, what I'll do is one of them will be just straight water or water with lemon, and then the other one will be an herbal tea with no caffeine, and which counts as a water thing too. You also may realize that when you take...
Well, I'm there then if that counts.
Okay, good.
Because I do drink a lot of green tea throughout the day too. So.
Well, the green tea is a different thing.
Okay, all right. Well, then it doesn't count. Oh, shoot.
The green tea has caffeine in it, and caffeine actually is a diuretic. It takes your water away.
Okay.
Herbal tea would count. Green tea doesn't. So, but we can talk in more detail about that as we move along. You use the microwave occasionally?
Just, on occasion.
Okay.
Sometimes just to soften something or, reheat something. Yeah.
Okay. But you're not cooking with it typically?
No.
Okay. And you like fruits and you eat salads. And now I asked about juices. And you said, I do a lot of fresh squeezed citrus juice and a packaged 100% juice, no sugar cranberry.
Yes.
Not a lot of vegetables currently.
Not a lot of vegetable juices, no.
Okay.
I would do the V8, well, but I know that has a lot of sodium and all of that good stuff in it. But not a big juice drinker. And that for no other reason than I just always seem to turn to water. Or
Sure. Okay. And is that something that you might be interested in learning a little bit more about?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
You have a juicer, I think.
I do.
I asked about that a
Yes,
little bit
I do.
later, and I think you have a Champion? Okay, that's a nice juicer. You drink citrus juices. Do you have a citrus juicer, or do you do that by hand?
Yes, I have a citrus juicer, yeah. So I like fresh squeezed orange juice. I just don't drink a lot of it.
Gotcha.
Fresh squeezed grapefruit juice. I kind of like things a little tart rather than a sweet drink.
Right.
So
Very good. And you gave me your favorite fruits and vegetables, and
that was hard because there aren't many that I don't like. I don't know what the top of a
well, I like that.
list
I
is,
asked
but-
for 5, and it looks to me like you gave me 11.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're an overachiever. And the 2 that you don't like, you said squishy and overripe fruit and peas. So, well, we just won't do anything with either of those.
No, I don't like. My fruit has to be just right. I don't like it when it gets past the point. And yeah, peas are probably not my fresh peas. I like.
Right.
But, I guess if I had to put something, I didn't want to leave it blank. So.
No, you did good. You're right on target. And I don't like canned or frozen peas either.
Oh,
so
no,
we're in the
no,
same
no.
place. Lifestyle, you do yoga. You walk quite a bit, it looks like.
Yes.
And you're conscious about getting that in every day,
Yes.
or close to every day.
I try to. Yeah.
Okay. Some work travel.
Yes.
Okay.
On
And
occasion.
when you do, is eating out a difficulty or a challenge for you?
I try to make smart choices, but it's a little bit more difficult. I try to pack some things in my bag that aren't cumbersome, like raw almonds and that type of thing to have a snack. I pack my own tea bags to travel with and my water bottle. But I'm not eating a lot of fast food, or I try to, whatever's available, I do try to make the best choice.
Good. And when I'm writing
Otherwise
things
you don't feel
down,
good.
oh, I know.
And when you're traveling, that's not, you want to keep the energy up, and it's more, keeping hydrated, and
yes,
especially if you're flying.
Right. And that's good that you already know that. When I'm writing things down as we're speaking, you already know about packing things for travel, and that's helpful to me, that I know that I can make those suggestions to you, and it's not going to be a gigantic lifestyle change. So it might be that I just say, well, instead of this, let's take that, or why don't we buy this container to make that.
Okay.
So that's very good that you're already at that point. So you're
we're
starting.
on the road a lot. We go back to Illinois. Our family's in Illinois, so we do travel on the road. And I try to put things in the car that so we're not buzzing through drive-throughs and all of that. Snacks that Maddie enjoys, and so I could do better with it, but I do make a conscious effort to try to.
Good. That helps
go in the right direction.
And you like to cook?
I do like to cook.
And you
yes.
make things from scratch?
I do.
That makes things nice. Entertaining.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about your entertaining life.
I'd like to do more of it. We used to do a lot of it, but we work a lot more now, and so we don't make as much of an effort or time or don't have the time to do as much of it as we would like, but hopefully that's going to change here in the near future and be able to do a little bit more of it.
Good. And you eat in restaurants on occasion. And
on occasion, it's not a weekly thing, or
Okay.
we eat a lot. We eat at home a lot.
And tell me what kinds of restaurants you would eat in.
We try to go to a lot of the local restaurants in downtown, and
so would
try
there be
something different, new, with a different flavor, or Thai, and
that's what I was
things
getting
that
at.
you wouldn't normally fix at home.
So an ethnic restaurant, or maybe
Yes.
a sushi place, or
Yes,
those types
something
of things.
different.
Good. And those are good choices, because it's sometimes easier to eat healthier in those kinds of places than American food, which is, we know, deep fat fried
Yes.
and so forth. So
Not going to the local bar and grill. And
no cigarettes.
no cigarettes.
Okay. I asked if you wore body lotion, cosmetics, perfume. Talk to me a little bit about that kind of thing.
I use like an apricot oil. I do wear a perfume on occasion, but I don't have a drawer full of them. I have one, and lots of. Trying to think of what else. I'm pretty simple.
Deodorant?
Yes.
And what kind?
I have it's a ginger mandarin, something I pick up at Campbell's.
Okay. That's the health food store.
Yes, yes.
So you're
Kind
reading.
of sticky though, not my favorite.
It's hard when you want to wave to somebody and you can't quite get your arm to go up. So you were reading labels,
Yes.
and you know to avoid aluminum chlorhydrate. It
Yes.
sounds like in those
Yes.
types of things. So I don't need to talk to you about those things. I use a Thai deodorant spray, which I really like. It looks
Oh.
like water, and it's not an antiperspirant. It's a deodorant, and I really like that. You might want to take a quick look at that. And you do some massage, some alternative practices. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Not, once in a while. It isn't something that I make a point to do every week by any means, but I try to go get a massage every now and then. And I'm fortunate. I don't really have a lot of, issues or aches or pains or anything like that. So it isn't something that I'm out, searching. I just kind of go about my day, and if once it's a treat, I guess, if I go or if I have friends or you get a gift certificate, or I'm going to go get a massage.
Very good. So those kinds of things aren't foreign to you.
No.
And acupuncture and those.
And if I did have something wrong, that would be the direction I would turn to.
Right.
I guess I look at it more as if I have something wrong, that's when I need to go visit those. I don't feel good, or I have got, some muscle aches and pains, and then I would search that out. But I feel if I'm feeling pretty good, all the time, it isn't something that's on the top of my mind that I'm going to do.
Sure. It could become a proactive practice for you, and it may or may not be something that you'd be interested in. But I would just suggest keep an open mind about that. There may be times that going for massage, rather than it being to address an issue, would be to head one off. So particularly because you have a busy lifestyle and you have you work quite a bit, and to nurture yourself a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that's just it. I don't take the time to do that. So.
That's not an uncommon thing, particularly with working women. No chronic ailments, and you've never been obese or had those kinds of struggles in your life. Food issues.
Never been a thin mint, but I've been the same for a long
Yeah, but Steady
years.
Eddie's a good place to be.
Steady Eddie, definitely Steady Eddie.
So you wouldn't be a yo-yo type of a diet?
No.
Good. And then you take some supplements. Could you talk to me a little bit about
multivitamin, a calcium supplement, and that's pretty much it. I take an emergency every now and then, a vitamin C packet, but other than that, I'm pretty. Not a lot. I find a lot in my medicine chest.
Yes, yeah, and I think that's a good thing. I think we can get most of the nutrients that we need from our food. I do suggest to my clients that periodically, maybe on an annual basis, you go for some blood testing to find out if you're deficient. For example, I know that I personally am deficient in vitamin D, particularly living here in the Midwest during the winter without a lot of access to sun. So that might be something to look at that we could put on your list of things to check into.
Okay.
And because I'm vegan, I worry about a B12 deficiency. Less for people who do eat meat, but I do have that tested, and I'm good in that area. But we'll want to look at that for you at some point.
Yeah, I did recently, a few months ago, because I was just kind of tired all the time and a little bit anemic. So I've been trying to, the wheatgrass, hopefully trying to get more of that.
Good, a little bit of iron, okay. Now, no prescription drugs?
No.
Don't get sick terribly often?
No.
You did indicate you have occasional allergy flare-ups.
Just when I'm outside, sometimes, certain times of the year. I haven't noticed it this past year. It hasn't really been so, and I would take an Allegra D for that if it was my eyes were watery and that type of thing. But I haven't this past year. I've rarely taken one. Okay. So I don't know whether kind of getting out of that a little bit, but it's just certain times of the year, and I spend a lot of times outdoors, and that's where, and it isn't anything major. I can just see you feel a little stuffed up, and your eyes are a little watery, and you feel your face feels a little tired. The eyes feel tired, and I don't like that feeling, so I would alleviate that with an Allegra D.
Okay.